You have.
We're done with that, so we're she's giving our test back in the hand.
All I gotta do is job and
Oh, the chocolate is done.
Our last meeting of the year is now in session. I sent out an agenda, but two senators' emails I clearly didn't write correctly, so they didn't get it. Maybe we'll get it in the future. The secretary sent out minutes from previous meeting. If there are any corrections, concerns with those? Oh, yeah, sorry. Roll call approval of proxies first.
Alarape.
Here.
Archer.
Here.
Cantz.
Here. Here.
Dumont.
Here.
Fernandez.
Here.
Carter.
Here.
Yerke.
Here.
Keel.
Here.
Lannery.
Here.
Lockwood.
Here.
McCallum.
Here.
Knight.
Here.
Is it Knight?
Yep.
Knight. Okay, got it. Pilling.
Here.
Seekman.
Here.
Tome.
Here.
Twing.
Here.
Wee.
Here.
Winter.
Here.
We have quorum.
Perfect. Pick up where I shouldn't have started. Sent out an agenda, any issues with the agenda for those who got it. If none, approval by unanimous consent. Great. Approval of minutes. Secretary sent them out. Any corrections, concerns? Okay, we're going to approve those with unanimous consent. We don't have the open floor guests. We do have unfinished business from last week, though. The CAP recommendation.
We look at allocations that we looked at last week. Since I read it, I will not be reading it again. If you want to look at the actual allocations, again, here it is. Questions about this? Motion to vote.
Okay, we'll proceed to a roll call on this.
Okay, Alarape.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Fernandez.
Aye.
Carter.
Aye.
Yerke.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Lannery.
Aye.
Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum.
Aye.
Pilling.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twing.
Aye.
Wee.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Great. Yeah, that. We have new business also. We have three, resolution 23S00A, Moon Rockers supplemental funding.
Passenger Lewis, resolution number 23S007, presented on the 26th of April, 2023, originated by Finance Committee, presented by myself, Whereas Moon Rockers has approached the Finance Committee with a supplemental request to provide funding for an upcoming competition, and whereas the appropriate paperwork has been filed with the Finance Committee, and whereas the Finance Committee has deemed $2,000 as an appropriate amount to allocate to the organization, and noting Moon Rockers has applied for SOAP funding this fiscal year, and noting Moon Rockers did not request supplemental funding for this past fiscal year, and are eligible for the full $5,000 of supplemental funding. Therefore, be it resolved by a majority vote of the Student Association Senate and the signature of the Student Association President that $2,000 be allocated from the SOAP reverted funds account for SA003 to Moon Rockers. Any questions? I see none.
I think it is time for it, so, yeah.
Yeah, they will be competing on May 22nd. So, and this is our last meeting. Motion to suspend the rules.
We'll do a roll call to suspend the rules.
Okay, so roll call to suspend the rules to be able to vote on supplemental funding for Moon Rockers today. Starting with Alarabe. Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Hernandez.
Aye.
Carter.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Leonard.
Aye.
Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum.
Aye.
Pilling.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twain.
Aye.
Weed.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Rules are suspended.
Motion to vote?
Second. Archer. We'll vote on this now. Roll call.
A roll call vote to approve supplemental funding for Moon Rockers. Alarabe.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Fernandez. Carter.
Aye.
Yerke.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Leonard.
Aye.
Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum.
Aye.
Pilling.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twain.
Aye.
Weed.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Resolution passes, great. Okay, we have more senator appointments. Kessinger Lewis, resolution number 23-09.
Is this the right one? You want 008? This one?
No, 008, sorry, 008. 26th of April 2023, originated by myself and V.P. Lewis, presented by myself. Whereas the current opening exists for senior class senator Yash Naik has been found by the Senate President and Vice President to be worthy candidates to represent the senior students at SD Mines. And whereas the current opening exists for senior class senator and Amanda Cooley has been found by the Senate President and Vice President to be a worthy candidate to represent the senior students at SD Mines. And a current opening exists for a graduate student senator in Calvin Town has been found by the Senate President and graduate students friendly amendment. At SD Mines, and therefore be resolved by majority vote of the Student Association Senate and the signature of the Student Association President that for the 2023-2024 term, Yash, Amanda, and Calvin be affirmed to the positions previously explained. I'll get some information here. I think Amanda broke her arm today, so she's not gonna be here. But I still want to get her through. She can just do the oath, and she, I guess, just start the year off.
Any questions for President Kessinger? Any motions? Motion to suspend the rules by Senator Fernandez, seconded by Senator Twain. I'm just going to go all in favor. So all in favor of suspending the rules, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, any motions? Motion by Senator McCallum to vote, and seconded by Senator Archer. So roll call vote for SA008. Alarabe.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Hernandez.
Aye.
Harder,
Aye.
Yerke, Keel,
Aye.
Leonard,
Aye.
Lockwood,
Aye.
McCallum,
Aye.
Pilling,
Aye.
Seekman,
Aye.
Twing,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Passes. We can motion two senators in.
Let's wait to swear you guys in until we finish the next, resolution. Kessinger Lewis resolution number 23S09, 26th April 2023, originated by myself, and VP Lewis, presented by myself. Whereas with the inauguration of a new executive branch and the affirmation of a new Senate, the complete standing committee positions to be appointed, it has been determined that Eliza McCallum shall act as chair for student affairs, and whereas it has been determined that Madeline Seekman will act as chair for public relations, and whereas it has been determined that Hagan Archer shall act as chair for GR, and whereas it has been determined that Clyde Weed shall act as chair for Constitution, therefore be resolved by a majority vote of the Student Association Senate and the signature of the Student Association President for the 2023-2024 term that the appointment of committee chairs be certified.
Any questions for President Kessinger on this?
We're going to fill out committees over the summer, and we'll take into account the poll that everybody filled out.
We would like to get these committee chairs in today. Are there any motions? Senator Twing. Seconded by Senator Archer. All in favor of suspending the rules, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, rules are suspended. Any motions? Senator Pilling, motion to vote, seconded by Senator Alarape. Roll call vote for approving committee chairs. Alarape.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Fernandez.
Aye.
Harder.
Aye.
Yerke.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Leonard.
Aye.
Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum.
Aye.
Pilling.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twing.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Winter.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay, so we're gonna now swear those two senators that were here, the newly appointed senators. Please present yourselves.
If you're being sworn, come to the front table.
Yes. So I'm gonna read something, you're gonna repeat after me, but there's gonna be a spot where you say your names, you guys are gonna get the same time and just say your own name. And then to hold the office of graduate senator, senior senator, there's a spot, pretty much. Okay, so raise your right hand and repeat the following. As a member of the Student Association Senate
As a member of the Student Association Senate
of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology,
of South Dakota School of Mines and Technology,
I state your name.
I, Yash Naik,
Do hereby affirm
do hereby affirm
to uphold the office of
to uphold the office of Graduate Rep,
To uphold the office of senior senator.
to abide by the Student Association Constitution
to abide by the Senior Association Constitution,
and to represent the Student Association to the best of my ability.
and to represent to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Open discussion is going to start now. It's good to see that we actually have a full house in spirit. If Amanda said we're healthy again. Breaking your arm is awful. I hate that. Yeah, that's your fault. Okay, open discussion. Anybody have anything to say on our last lovely meeting?
Yeah, so I was wondering if there's any update on the security cameras, resolution other planning to work on this summer.
Yeah, okay, so as far as security cameras go, we're kind of lucky on that. It seems like Cody really had a great drive to follow that project, and he's gonna continue following that project forward, as we move into the next year. They've delivered some cameras. When it comes to installing the cameras, I think that it got a little bit more complex, and they're not just gonna have IT do it, it's actually gonna be, facilities, so that adds another step that I think is a little harder to overcome, especially with all the stuff that's happening on campus right now. But, so we are gonna have Cody kind of push that forward. I think he can do it better than we can, he's kind of harsh that way. But that's all I have. Anything else? Anything fun? Because there's nothing else, we'll move on to the CFO report.
Sorry. Thank you guys for passing the supplemental, that needs to be in. I have a meeting with, Deb and Dr. Spindle next week, and hopefully we'll get out some information about next year's budget and kind of our plan, over the summer if we have a meeting, if not, at the beginning of next fall.
Any questions, concerns, comments? Okay, we'll move on to the VP report.
I don't have a whole bunch for the last meeting of the year. I would like to say thank you everyone for getting our last senators appointed and helping us getting them sworn in. So now we have a full house except for our freshman senators for next year, which will be one of our first acts in the fall. Sam and I did attend the University Budget Committee meeting today, earlier this morning. That's essentially a bunch of bigwigs looking at what kind of deficit the school is currently running. If I remember correctly, they're running somewhere in a $7 million range.
It's a lot.
A lot of money in a budget deficit. And a couple takeaways from it. One of the biggest things that they said would help our deficit was to just increase enrollment at the school. They said that simply by adding 300 more students this fall, we would be able to cut that budget deficit, which is easier said than done, but at least they're looking at a number of different alternatives. So that was one of my biggest takeaways, is that they just want to continue increasing enrollment, as that was definitely a subject of discussion for the hour. But it's a monthly meeting that we'll continue attending throughout the school year as they continue to update budget for the university throughout the year. And to report.
Questions, concerns, comments? Okay, none. President's report. So, like you said, we attended the budget committee. I also attended the cabinet meeting. That was Monday. It's interesting to kind of see the administration work on these issues. One of the big things for the Monday meeting was essentially each department gets to present, and the department presenting on Monday was Rocker Shop. And I didn't know this, but it makes sense if you think about it for a second. Every dollar you spend at the Rocker Shop for something you can buy off campus, that money can be recycled into us on campus. The prices aren't much different. So, yeah, I always keep that in mind. Another thing that we mentioned once this year, but I think is really important and people brought up in the cabinet meeting, was access to your electronic textbooks after you leave is entirely reliant on your ability to change your login information on that portal. So we don't have anywhere that explicitly, I guess, I feel like we're not telling students on campus this enough. So I guess you guys have constituents until we get something to send out from the Rocker Shop. But if everybody changes that password, you can retain ownership of those materials for the rest of your life, or until the company that has that portal disappears, whichever is first. In addition to that, there was discussion of the business management degree. That degree on campus is growing quickly. I know that we as STEM people we like to be engineers. It's an engineering school, but that's a very good degree for a lot of things on campus, and it can bring a lot of different people to campus also that normally wouldn't want to come to the South Dakota School Month, I think is good. That's really all I have in the report. Any questions? Concerns? Comments? None. Great. Okay, we're gonna go through the international report.
No report.
Veteran report.
No report.
Graduate report.
Nothing as of 5 minutes ago.
Perfect. Non-grad report.
No report.
Awesome. We just appointed chairs, so committee reports I assume are null and void at the moment. But Constitution report.
No report.
Yeah. PR.
I'm gonna make it my personal mission to tell Chris, let us have TikTok, so.
I love that. Any questions about that report? Comments, concerns about that report? Love it. Okay. GR report.
No report.
Student affairs.
No report.
Great. I know you guys might have seen on that poll that was sent out some ad hocs. A new one that we previously haven't had is going to be, I want to focus more on fundraising for the, fundraising for Student Senate to try to offset some of these costs from GAP and everything ourselves. I think that we could fundraise fine, Pancheros or, stuff like that. So keep that in mind as we move on to next year. Upcoming Senate business, we don't have anything scheduled until the start of next year. However, we might have a meeting this summer. We don't really have anything super important, but something might come up. So if you get an email blast, that'll be what it's about. Any announcements?
Thinking there will be one only 2.1 e to the 19 picoseconds till Christmas.
Love that. Anything else? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah. So all opposed to just adjourning? None. Okay.